Hi, my name is Martz, and I'm a master's student in the Department of Human Development and Family Studies. Recall the fatal encounter between Eric Garner and the NYPD in 2014. Eric was an unarmed black man who was arrested, put in a chokehold, and held without medical attention for 7 minutes because he was selling individual cigarettes. Prior to his passing, you can hear Eric saying to the officers, "I'm tired of you all. I'm tired of you harassing me. I'm tired of you messing with me every day." Now, consider yourself being in Eric's shoes for one moment. Day after day, year after year, month after month, going through these routine experiences of harassment. Now, imagine you may have personally known Eric. Maybe he was your neighbor, or maybe you saw him on television. Or maybe you can personally relate to his experiences with those of your own, where you've been judged, harassed, or been insulted because of something you cannot control. Now, imagine turning on the evening news and seeing video of Eric strangled to death. Imagine scrolling your timeline and seeing posts which debate his right to life. Imagine it gets brought up at dinner with friends or in a conversation with colleagues at work. Now, imagine someone saying he deserved it. This secondhand, indirect exposure to harassment and injustice may make you feel uncomfortable and angry. It may also make you feel a bit stressful, which is therefore damaging to health. But unfortunately, this is reality for most Black Americans. Now, we know from previous research that personally experiencing discrimination is bad for your health. Chronic exposure to chronic stress can cause the premature wear and tear on your biological systems, which therefore essentially speeds up your aging process. But could the vicarious exposure to race-related stress affect a person? Could racial discrimination go beyond the immediate victim and have a collateral effect on another person's health? So we asked this research question in a sample of 432 African American women who have lupus. Lupus is a chronic, debilitating, and understudied condition which affects, disproportionately affects African American women. One of the clinical outcomes of lupus is disease activity, which includes inflammation, fatigue, and skin rashes, all of which wax and wane unpredictably and contribute to organ damage and mortality. We found that vicarious racism stress was positively associated with disease activity after controlling for direct experiences of discrimination and other covariates. So these findings are important for several reasons. First, they advance the literature on racism as a fundamental cause of inequalities in health. Similar to direct experiences of discrimination, exposure to vicarious racism can have detrimental consequences for lupus outcomes and health more broadly. These findings are also important because of the modern age of social media, news coverage, and accessibility of information. Although acts of discrimination and racist incidents like Eric Garner in 2014 have historically declined, the constant stream of nationally publicized events amplify exposure to vicarious racism and its potentially damaging effects on health. Thank you.